I'm very glad to see you on my YouTube channel, and today we will talk about Vladimir Zelenski and his natal chart, astrological predictions for him. So my name is Tatiana Kalinina, I'm an astrologer, I'm from Belarus, and some people call me Belarusian Baba Vanga. So I named my channel like Baba Vanga Bel. So please follow me, please start to comment, and we will deep into this topic of Vladimir Zelenski. So next to me, on the left from me, you see his natal chart. This natal chart is made in the Alpha Space application. So this is an application of our astrological online school, and we use this as crazy. We use this application as crazy. We made a lot of changes there. For example, we made 11 languages, and in a few days we will launch it. I think, I hope, because I'm fully inside this. I find some mistakes, we solve these problems, and etc. So please support us and wait for it as well as we do. And here I just type in Russian Vladimir Zelensky, and we will start. So he was born on the 25th of January 78 at 45 minutes past 1 p.m. and this information is widely spread in the Western Europe. All astrologers knew about this and know about this because in one interview he mentioned this. When did he have this first breath? Yes. And that's why we believe this date, and as well we see there some events from his natal chart, and so it's okay. And first, what I would like to say about this, that this natal chart is under the rulership of Venus planet. I don't know whether you know about this or not, but Vladimir Zelensky is an actor. His profession before he became a politician was an actor, and he took part in several films. I think he was very successful in this industry. So it is obvious here because he has the ruling sign, the ascendant sign, in the sign of Taurus. So Venus, a planet of art, a planet of creativity, is the lord of his whole natal chart. This Venus sits in the ninth house of luck and good things in his life. So, and it's connected with the sun. The connection of the ruler or the first house with the sun, it means that this person will be bright. This person will be a leader. He will have some success in some field of society, and this already is there from the very beginning of his life. So he became a president. The next moment which I see, and I should mention it for sure, that this connection of the Lord of the first house with the malefic planets are Sun, Rahu, Mars, Saturn, Ketu. So the connection between the Lord of the first and the malefic planet, it means that there will be some court case in his life, in the life of this person. There will be some problem connected with the law in the life of this person, and a little bit later we will understand whether it can happen in the upcoming years or not, because all the promises of the natal chart, all the promises of the planets are active in Vimshottr-Dasha periods. I mean that we have a period of a planet, so we check what are the predictions about this planet, and we see these results in the particular part of life connected with Vimshotiri Dasha, these planetary periods in the natal chart. So then next we have here the Saturn planet sitting in the sign of Leo next to the star Regul, and this Saturn is really very powerful. It rules the 10th house, the 9th house, so it means that in Vedic predictive astrology Saturn is really very powerful, and it gives a lot of luxury, it gives success in politics, and this Saturn started to work in 2023, and Saturn is the lord of politicians who are not democratic. When they have their power without elections, when they ignore the democratic system, all these features of elections, usually this Saturn like this works in this period of time. But in the case of Vladimir Zelensky, 2023, it was a very hard year for his country, and he has a very sharp phase of this Ukrainian-Russian conflict, so elections were impossible in this situation, so he prolonged his term, his time as a president was prolonged automatically. So even this little feature that his power was prolonged by some force without elections, even this is shown in his natal chart. Then, if you would like to see what is the star Vedic astrology, fixed star deep sky Vedic astrologer, you can just use this little click to switch on the mode of deep sky, and you will see all the stars connected with your planets, with your ascendant. And here, if we tap to this, so we will see that his Saturn is connected with the star Regul. Regul is a heart of lion in the sign of lion, of course, and Regulus gives royal qualities, nobility, sincerity, courage, openness, authority, and being respected, and being a famous person. So all these great things which this Regul star initiates in the destiny, so all of these things we see in the reality in the position of being a president. And even Ukraine is not a very popular country. It was not a very popular country. I mean, I think that in America maybe not very popular, and not so much people, not so much percentage knows exactly that there is a country like Ukraine. It is situated here, and here, has neighbors like this and this. But now, in this 2022, 2023, 2024, Ukraine became really very famous, and because of this Russian conflict, of course. And even this was from the very beginning of the life of this president, of Vladimir Zelensky, was in his natal chart, because this Saturn raises the authority of Zelensky and the authority of the Ukraine as well, because the natal chart of the president is connected with his land, is connected with his country, and it's obvious. I know that, I don't know, did I mention this or not, but on the 2nd of April we will launch my new book with predictions in the Russian language, named the Book of Leaders. the book of leadership. Maybe we will translate it somehow in a different way to be more clear for English-speaking people. And in this book, I make an analysis of many presidents of many countries and predictions for them. And there, when I wrote this book, I saw a million times that the planet in the natal chart of the president shows the events in his country. The World War II was showed in the natal charts of main leaders of main countries, and many other events. So here, this regul, this high status, a lot of faith, a lot of attention to this person works for Vladimir Zelensky and works for Ukraine as well. So next we see here Jupiter in Gemini sign, and Jupiter is in the fourth degree of Gemini sign, so it means that it is connected with open star cluster, and it gives some talent or something special to a person. And this Jupiter rules the 11th house, sits in the second. It means that this person will be rich. And Zelensky became a rich person before he came in politics, and he was very successful before this. But in the periods of Jupiter, of course, he will gain much. He will gain more than in the previous period. So we will see it a little bit after. We will check all the periods and check everything. Then we see their moon conjuncted with Mars, and they both sit in the third house, and it means some instability in his mind, in his emotions, in his psychological health. I mean that he can be very emotional. He can be he can change aggression and fear in one moment, in one scene, in one dialogue. So some instability, some tragedy inside his emotions is as well showed by his natal chart. And Mars is the lord of the 7th house, sitting in the 3rd. It means being in war with someone, because Mars is the lord of the 7th, and the 3rd house is about all your neighbors and all your close relatives who lives next to you. So even in this Mars position, we see some clues to historical events which happens now. And this Mars in horoscope of a politician is a very interesting thing, because when a politician has debilitated Mars, it means that in his destiny there will be some very hard period when he will be under suspicious, when he will be controlled by policy, that he can be arrested and suffer from this much. And this Mars I saw in the natal charts of presidents who are in prison after their presidency. It is not how to say, it is not guaranteed that he will have this in this he will have these all events in his life, but some features can be, some dangerous periods can be, maybe association or some an attempt to hurt him can be. And we will pay attention to this Mars. We will manage him, and we will maybe we will see when it will be active. And we see Ketu and Rahu. Ketu sits in the 11th house. It's a very nice position for being a person who has a Nobel Prize, who has a lot of other prizes, other authority and high level of his or her work of their position. And this Ketu will be very, very active soon in 2026. It will be active. And as well, Ketu is connected with the situation when you are not so public, when you are not connected with so much attention next to you, because Ketu divides, Ketu hides, Ketu makes you being isolated from others. So Ketu will start its work soon, and we have a warning to Vladimir Zelensky that he will change his career, he will change his position, and maybe he will be more isolated from people, more less public and having less attention to his person after some time. So Mercury sitting in the 8th house, it means being worldwide known, and a lot of people who has this publicity, they have it. For example, Diana Princess and many other people like politicians and celebrities, they have this position, Mercury in the 8th house. And now Mercury works much, really much. So we made this first layer of analysis, and we go to Vimshotri Dasha periods and see that now until the August 2028, this is a period of moon, and all these warnings to be in danger, they are active until 2028. It means that all these years will be quite difficult and very emotional. Being in D10 chart, we see that moon is debilitated in the 3rd house, the Lord of the 11th debilitated in the 3rd. It means that a person can be under suspicious, connected with his actions, because the 3rd house is connected with our actions. What do we do with our hands? What do we take? Or what do we do? And all these things. Usually in the period of a normal person with a normal life, very common situation when you have some debilitated planet in the 3rd house, and you have a fee from or some tax or something connected to make a mistake with the law, but the size of this problem is not very high, it's not very big, so you will have some fees, some problems with taxes and all this. But when you are a president, when you have such big publicity, so of course it will lead to some problem with your authority. So this person should have a big authority, and he will have some periods when his authority will be under some attack, will be attacked. So next, he is in the moon period, and he is in moon Mercury sub period, and it prolongs from the end of July 2024 until the end of November 2025. So we have this Mercury. We will check what do this Mercury shows. Mercury shows to being worldwide known. And after this 2024, all this process to have negotiations to write a peace document, to this his calls and meetings with Donald Trump, with American politicians, others. So all this period is connected with a big attention to his person. So this will be until December 2025. So he will be worldwide known, and of course Mercury sits in the 8th house of some crisis, so he has a crisis in his career, in his country, and I think that Zelensky will be under suspicion that he took a part of money for this country, because this Mercury sits in the 8th house. But this Mercury gives a lot of investors, because the 8th house is the house of investments, and it means this Mercury means that Zelensky can attract a lot of money to his country. So he's like how to say, like a person who gives this power to his country, and this Mercury is very good to lead to attract some money. So I think that of course there are some scandals about this. Of course there are some problems with America. America from time to time helps, or Trump say that we will not help at all after some time. So they come back again to the first decision, and all this instability of course happens. But in the natal chart of Vladimir Zelensky, it means, this Mercury means that he will be able to help to his country by money, and to attract the investments, and to attract all this support, all this financial support, and it is there in a Mercury period. Then Mercury in D10 chart, this is a natal chart of his career, sits in the 11th house with exalted Jupiter, and it means, I think it means that he will be a president in the period of Mercury. Of course, there is a chance of a mistake, because in this Mercury from November 2024, he was a president until March or April, and even if there will be some problem after April 2025, this Mercury shows that he is a president. So if this period will be finalized with some change of his career, so the Mercury senses will not change. He was a president in this period of life. But what comes next? After some months, on the 1st of December 2025, until July 2026, there will be a Ketu period here. And we talked about this. We talked that Ketu isolates. Ketu makes some difficulties to be a public person. Ketu shows some big change. And here, in D10 chart, even I have this ascendant of Virgo, but usually I think I changed something here, because I was testing the application, I think I changed something. But this Ketu should be in the 8th house, of his career, and Ketu being in the 8th house means a change of career, some pause, some stop, and then coming to some other activity. For example, a person can change his career or her career. She was a teacher, became, I don't know, a dancer. So the change will be big. And this Ketu, at the end of 2025 and first part of 2026, shows us the period of unpublicity, shows the change of career, and shows the end of his career. So we mean that at the end of 2025, there is a very, very big chance for him to stop his career. Why not so? Why so late? because all the rumors around him, all the rumors about Trump and his negotiations are saying us that he will be not a president anymore, that he will stop, that he should say this, that I leave. But this is a very difficult thing for him and for his country. And how can he leave his country now before finalizing this Russian-Ukrainian conflict with all these victims of these 3 years and with all this situation? How can he leave? Of course, he will fight for his place, and he will fight to finalize all the situation, to go to some result, not to give a gift to anyone to have this result instead of him, because he was in this 3 years and he would like to finalize all this period of life of his politician career. And of course he understands that he is under big danger, because when he will not be a president, so he can be attacked by anyone, so all people can fight with him. I don't know how to say this. So we will go to his annual natal chart, annual horoscope for 2024, because he was born at the end of November. So it means in January, I'm sorry. So I should use 2025 here. It will be from this annual horoscope will be from January 2025 till January 2026. What do we see here? Rahu in the 10th house. Venus and Saturn are in the 8th. Mercury in the 9th. Mercury in the 8th. So this big publicity we see. Mercury sits not very near to Sun. It means you see, new features of our applications are here. So yeah, we should work on this. And what do we see there? Mars in the 1st house. It means being in a conflict, being attacked, being in a trouble. But we will go to D10 chart. Jupiter is okay, Venus is okay, Rahu in the 3rd house being under suspicion. In 2025, Mercury exalted, it's okay. Moon is not stable, but still survivable. Okay, we will go in 2026. Ashley asks me a very interesting question. I will answer it for sure. I will answer this. You see, from January 2026, in his natal chart, we see Ketu in the 1st house, and we see a lot of planets in the 6th, a lot of problems here in 2026, and maybe even being under some court case. It can happen here easily, because he has some planetary problems in his natal chart in the 9th house, in his birth chart, and these things are in his annual horoscope. So you see, first the 6th house and some problems appears in this natal chart, in this annual, and Ketu being in the 1st house in the Ketu period of Vimshottari, so it gives some break in his career. I think that it will be in 2026, after January 2026. And Ashley asks how productive will today meeting will be. The meeting between Trump and Putin for Ukraine. Do you have any plan to sell your printed books in Amazon? Yes, I have this plan, and I have printed books, and I have Amazon. So our book, Deep Sky Astrology, these fixed stars in predictive Vedic astrology, is already printed, and I have my copy, and I have some copies as well, so you can visit our site and grab it, take your copy, buy it with us, and this printed is on our site, and online book is on Amazon. So both of these links are there in our chat and will be under this video if you would like to read it. It is worth reading, I can guarantee, because this book, for 2 years, this book was sold with the which number of copies? More than 3,000 copies. And we had a lot of good reviews on this, and people were really very, very happy about this book. So now this book starts its life in English language, and hopefully English speaking astrologers will like it as well. So what do I think about today? A few days ago we had a lunar eclipse. It was a hard time for me, I can say, and hard time for Donald Trump, because this eclipse made an aspect to his sun and moon. I speak now about Donald Trump. This lunar eclipse, we will check now the natal chart of Trump. This lunar eclipse on Friday, it was in the sign of Leo, at the end of this sign, next to his, given an aspect to his moon and to his sun. It means some problems, because an aspect is not harmonical, not easy, because the moon eclipse is here, and moon is here, and sun is here, so the aspect is very hard. It means some difficulties, that some plan can happen after a lot of work, after a lot of issues should be solved before you will gain success. And this eclipse, lunar eclipse, gives such warning to Donald Trump and his career now in upcoming weeks. And on Friday, in the day of this eclipse, people from White House, they came, they had a flight to Moscow, to Vladimir Putin, and they had some closed negotiation, and they had some talk about the end of this war. And Putin, what did he say? He said, not now. Why should we stop for 30 days without any guarantees? You will use this time to reschedule, to recover, to have new people on the war, so everything connected with. We will not do this. And it means he initiated some issues before the plan will be successful. Then, what do we see in the natal chart of Putin? We will check it as well. Putin, sorry. We see here that this eclipse is in the 11th house. Being at the end of Leo sign, in the 11th house of friendship, alliances, of some talks with other leaders. So this eclipse shows that this meeting will happen in the upcoming weeks, that this meeting will be about peace, about being in a friendship with others, and being in the end of this Leo sign, it means this eclipse touches his Mercury and touches his, if I'm not mistaken, Jupiter, yes, Mercury and Jupiter. And no, Mercury is not touched because it's in the neighbor's house. So this eclipse gives a very good aspect, a trine aspect, or trigon aspect, to the Jupiter in the 7th house of relations. And it means that this eclipse is very good for Vladimir Putin, for his plans, for his everything. And I think that this meeting, this call between two presidents, it will be a problem for Trump, and it will be some success for Putin, because he will, do you understand, like this situation is very, very touching for Donald Trump, because he gave his personal guarantees to end this, and he didn't have a success at the beginning of March. So it was like a break, like some problems there. So he didn't succeed, and he was a lot of people were laughing that nothing happened. Why did you guarantee and you cannot do nothing? So, and he understands this, and now the second time should be successful. He should win. From the point of view of Donald Trump, this is a very important thing, because he gave his personal guarantees, and his political career now and his reputation now, of course, is connected with this meeting and this war and peace. So, of course, he is involved 100%. Speaking about Putin, he understands that he is in some situation where Trump cannot lose. So, and it gives a lot of benefits to Putin. So Putin can ask now for everything. End of sanctions, end of some, I don't know, some support from USA in some other plans and projects, everything. So he can ask, he can request this, and this will give some problems to Donald Trump, to his plan, and Donald Trump should make more, give more energy to this and to solve a lot of issues to succeed. So I think about this like this. Okay, thank you for your question. Thank you very much. And we will end with this. Write me, please, your comment. Do you like the natal chart of Vladimir Zelensky or not? Do you see his weak points, strong points? What do you like there? And at the end of our video, we will check the natal chart of Zelensky once again, because I remember that I promised you to check his Mars. Mars is debilitated. So we see that after the moon period, Mars period starts in August 2028. So after the age of 50, after 2028, Zelensky will be in a big danger. And of course, this Mars gives an attack on him, gives some instability, and gives a lot of chances to be attacked, of course, and with big problems there. I will not announce these words like maybe you guess. So just now I will say neutral, that there will be a problem with this Mars. He will be under big danger, and we will see whether God will help him or not. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for following me. Please subscribe, like a comment, and share this video with your friends. Thank you so much. See you in next videos.